Hello, everyone. I'm Jill Bloom, Group Publisher of Roofing Contractor, and thank you so much for joining me for a very special Best of Success podcast show. And I'm so honored to be here with Trent Cotney, partner with Adams & Reese. Trent, thank you so much for joining me.
Jill, always a pleasure. It's good to see you again.
Great to see you, too. Well, we're here at FRSA, here in Orlando, Florida, but Trent, you've had a busy week. I don't know if I've ever seen you in so many places at once. Tell everybody, first of all, where have you been and what have you been talking about?
Sure. So started off the week with the Chicago Roofing Contractors Association, attended their foundation meeting, which is a great organization that supports scholarships and research. Then I had NRCA meetings and did the legal committee. Flew down here, got here at 4 a.m. Wednesday morning, spoke the next morning, and had the opportunity to speak on a lot of different things today. I spoke on reputation management, which was well attended. And we're manning a booth. I've got other lawyers here, and this is a fantastic show. FRSA show is just killing it this year.
Yeah, there is. The traffic, I think, has been one of the best. There's no doubt about it. But let's talk about reputation management for a second. What did you talk about this morning? What were the questions more importantly, what were the questions that you've been getting on that?
Yeah, a lot of people just want to know, how do they respond to negative reviews? How do they deal with that kind of stuff? And what are the things they should say and shouldn't say? So I talked about the legal stuff, but I also try to talk about the business stuff, understanding how important it is to respond with customer service, because it's not necessarily you attacking the other person, it's what other people see. So we went into that. We went into some intellectual property rights, privacy rights, cyber issues, all kinds of stuff. It was fantastic. It was a really great course. I hope to do it again.
Yeah, well, that was a lot to unpack. I mean, especially I've heard a little bit of buzz on the show floor here about cybersecurity. Mm-hmm. I mean, what are the first thing every contractor should do when it comes to cybersecurity?
Right, they should audit their own system and figure out where do they store confidential information, who do they have overseeing their systems, have they upgraded their systems, updated them, and consider using a third-party consultant to go in and check to make sure everything's right.
Yeah, that's great. Well, there's been a lot of laws that have been coming up here in Florida that we've talked about in the past, but are there any updates on that? What's happening?
Yeah, so it's interesting. E-Verify is one of the biggest things I'm getting asked questions on, and here in the state of Florida, if you got more than 25 employees, you have to E-Verify every new employee as of July 1. Good news, Jill, is that since July 1, I've heard of no enforcement.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean it hasn't happened, it just means I hadn't heard of it. So I'm assuming if it had happened to a roofer, I probably would have heard of it at some point. Hadn't heard anything yet. So I'm hoping that this is just going to be like this for a little bit. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. There are ways that you can potentially help mitigate that. You can take your sales and admin staff and move them to another corporation to get some of that down, but you got to really be careful about it. It's something we're going to continue to watch.
All right, sounds great. Well, what else is making your phone ring? Because I know, Trent, you always pay attention to not necessarily other buzz going on, but what are people asking you when they call you?
So we're here in Florida, so I'll keep it Florida specific. We've had a ton of insurance questions. We did a course solely on the insurance changes. 3 or 4 huge laws that affect insurance, affect what you can do going door to door, affect what you can do advertising. Assignment of benefits are pretty much gone here in the state of Florida. Attorney's fees, you can't get attorney's fees if you're trying to be a homeowner going after a insurance company unless there's bad faith. So they're really trying to put a clamp down on this, because I can tell you personally, my rates doubled this year. So that's tough. If it keeps doubling, I'm going to have to look to renting or doing something else, I don't know. It's going to be tough.
Well, a lot of good nuggets there, Trent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much always for taking the time to spend a few minutes talking to us and sharing some nuggets with everybody in the industry. If anybody has any questions, how do they get a hold of you?
Sure. Hit me up on social media, or you can email me at trent.cotney@arlaw.com.
Sounds great. If anybody has any questions for us, it's roofingcontractor.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for all our free content, especially our e-news, our website, all the places you can see our videos with Trent, so you can stay up to date. But most importantly, stay safe and healthy, and we can't wait to talk to you soon. Thanks so much, Trent.
Thank you, guys.